One and all, welcome to a Galaxy Men Show interview show for 2021. So for my very first guest today is this incredible actor known by the name of Sage Robertson, who plays the Arbiter in Power Rangers Unworthy. So I'm about to give Sage an ad into the live now and have a chat with Sage about his role as the Arbiter from Power Rangers Unworthy. So yeah, let's invite Sage in and have a chat with Sage. Sage, what's up?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Nothing much. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming onto my show, by the way. It really means a lot, Sage. To people that don't know who you are you able to introduce yourself and explain a bit about what you do as a person, and then dive right into the questions?
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name is James Michael Robinson III. you know, so besides being a suit actor on Power Rangers Unworthy, I work at a gym in New Jersey. Lifetime Fitness. So, I'm an assistant manager there, and I, help keep the visual integrity up of the place for the most part. And yeah, I'm a father. I got 2 kids. You'll probably hear them in the background at some point. And I have a wife. I'm married. And yeah, that's the gist of gist of me.
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the questions now. So for my very first question, you're in this incredible fan series called Power Rangers Unworthy. That's done such an incredible success.
Yes.
You played the incredible role of the Arbiter, who goes across multiverses and to wants to destroy other Rangers.
Yep.
What's it like getting to play this incredible villain of the Arbiter in Power Rangers Unworthy?
It is one, it's amazing because I didn't know how much people would receive. Couldn't expect the reception that the character got was, just outstanding. People fell in love with the character. So big ups to Jordan, creating this character and, kind of putting these other characters in a pot and distilling out the Arbiter, so, me getting a chance to kind of embody that character, in the physical sense, because Washi was he does the voice for the Arbiter, but in the physical sense, I get to embody the kind of the aura that the Arbiter brings, and it's been an incredible experience in that sense. Taking on this armor, becoming this whole new character that people see. That I create this whole new experience, this whole new kind of perception of who I am with this armor on. So it's been really transformative, actually, for me.
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the next question. So what have you learned about playing the Arbiter, What have you learned about yourself as a person about playing this incredible role as the Arbiter?
Well, I learned that I play a villain very well. So, I take that as a compliment in my in my perspective. But I see that I embody this this menacing kind of part of me, and the Arbiter kind of draws that out. The armor of the character really draws that out, and so I've learned that about myself. Like, wow, I can be really menacing if I wanted to. So
awesome. So on to my very next question. What's it like getting to wear the costume of the Arbiter? Because it's truly incredible. It's such a good costume design.
Yeah.
How long did that take to actually create that costume design? Or did you guys have it on, want to know, did you guys know what you wanted for the costume design, or how did you create that?
So, Jordan, he, who was the writer, creator of the show, he, as well as the director, I believe too. Yeah. He actually created that costume. And I believe the basis of that costume, almost the skin of the costume, was based off of another cosplay that he did. I want to say Cyborg, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong here, but this is just going off of my memory. And it was the skin of it was kind of adapted from that Cyborg skin, and then the armor were just put together from various different things. I think the belt is actually a Batman belt, and so the whole creation into the Arbiter, I kind of came into that part of it, like understanding the creation, about a year before it was its final form. So I got to put on the suit and kind of like the prototype of the suit a year before it was what it was, and it was a lighter kind of color. It was very different. So putting on the suit, though, the experience of wearing the suit and having it on set is a really cumbersome experience. Really, that's the best way I can say it. It's cumbersome. It's like it's hard to move around, and for the very first episode, my boots were actually 2 sizes too small. So that was even a big challenge. So eventually we rectified that. But yeah, that's what it is.
Awesome. Well, can I just say, you played the role of the Arbiter really incredible, and I love your performance. Really incredible.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Onto my very next question. If the Arbiter could have any memorable moment in Power Rangers Unworthy for like the next episodes, what would you like to see out of the Arbiter next?
I think I want to see the Arbiter really dig into his unstoppableness, because, I think we've obviously seen how unstoppable he is just in comparison to the Power Rangers. But I think it's time to really dig into just how powerful he is and really show some of his big, busting big moves, or, really just showing, kind of moving to show how, insignificant in power some of his opponents are and things like that. So, and I think there's definitely, well, I know there's definitely plans to kind of like really show that, which is why I have partly, which is why I'm coming from that part, because I happen to know that is something that's going to be happening. So, I'm excited.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. People that have seen Power Rangers Unworthy, why do you think people should watch Power Rangers Unworthy?
I think people should watch Power Rangers Unworthy because it's a reimagining of your favorite childhood, police, galactic police. It's something that just doesn't get old. It's something that really doesn't get old. It's hang on. It's something that doesn't get old. And take it in the living room, big guy. And it's just something, and it's something. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, that's my son. So it's something that just doesn't get old. It's something that is, I think it's something that always kind of reigns true, which is that there is a force of good going against some force of evil. And I think the Power Rangers is the best kind of, one of the best artistic iterations of that kind of whole story, that whole mythos. So I really think that anybody who decided to watch that with this kind of modernized take on there will really enjoy it.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. So if the Arbiter could team up with any former Ranger villains, who would the Arbiter want to team up with and why?
Oh, definitely Tommy Green Ranger, for sure. Tommy Green Ranger, because, if you think of Arbiter like a tank, right? Tommy Green Ranger is that like super agile, fast character who can go out and, make it look nice, make the job look flashy. It's one thing going around hopping dimensions and taking down Rangers, but it's another thing making it look good. So definitely Tommy, for sure.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. So what would you be your favorite past season of Power Rangers that you've seen?
Ooh. So I'm not even gonna lie, I've been out of the Power Rangers game for a while, but I have been on YouTube watching some of the Power Ranger series where Tommy is back and he has like a Master Morpher. So that has been actually really cool, and a lot of the OG characters are back, and they're, you know, I don't exactly know the whole storyline, but it looked really awesome for, you know, some of the episodes that I watched that was going on. And so that has to be what I would say is, you know, kind of reigning in my mind right now is the best or the coolest that I've seen.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. Who would be your all-time favorite Power Rangers villain and why?
My all-time favorite Power Rangers villain and why. So, you know, I got to go with Lord Zed. Lord Zed, that's the all-time favorite. And why? It's just because of how wild his costume was. Like, that was a wild costume. Like, I just wanted to know, was he okay at all times? I was like, are you okay, man? Like, you're sitting on your bare muscle skin and like it's all exposed, man. Is everything all right? So that's because that's pretty, you know, that's pretty hard, you know, if you're walking around with your muscles exposed. So that right there was enough for me to say you're strong.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. Who inspired you as a person to get into acting or martial arts in the first place?
So definitely I'll start with martial arts. My uncle inspired me to get into martial arts, and it was because he always saw me while watching Power Rangers kicking and punching and imitating the moves. So he actually told my mom, he said, "Hey, get this boy into karate because, you know, if he has this type of energy, he can, you know, do well in karate." And I actually did. I took to it like a fish to water, and I was just, you know, a young champion, you know, got my black belt very fast, and you know, I was just, you know, outstanding and all these things like that. So it was really cool, that experience. As far as getting into the whole suit actor thing, you know, I have to, you know, give that credit to Jordan. You know, he called me up. He said, "Hey, this is what we're doing." I actually, you know, I'm not a actor by outside of this really, or, you know, I didn't even know I was interested into something like this. It just happened to be something that I fell into and that became something I was able to embody pretty well. So when I you know, when I put on the suit and when we got into this whole idea of what we were doing and how we were doing it, it's just something that was another thing that I took pretty easy to. So yeah.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. What have you learned about yourself as a person during COVID?
What have I learned about myself as a person during COVID? I learned that I'm very good at creating my own little universe to live in, and I'm very good at creating boundaries and a way for you know, for me to have a renewable source of energy from within.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. So if you could be in any TV or movie franchise, what would it be and why?
Oh, which franchise? One more time.
If you could be in any TV or movie franchise, what would it be and why?
Ooh. TV or movie franchise? That's a hard one to think of right off the bat, but you know, right, that comes to mind that just fits everything that I would want to do is Fast and Furious. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. You know, I'm not like a huge fan. Like, I didn't go and see all the movies. There's still some movies in the franchise I need to see, but the universe that they live in, I think I would do, you know, it's kind of like having powers without having powers, you know, so I think I could do well in that universe, and I think I would be dope. So.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. So what are the positives and negatives into the acting industry or martial arts? And how do you get through those negatives as a person?
Oh, so the biggest negatives is just the time that it consumes. It's a lot of time involved in there, and it's not easy to balance that along with your regular life, especially if if you still have some things that you need to be doing in your regular life versus how much time you have to even give to what a project like this requires. You know what I mean? So that could be very frustrating, and that could be a little bit tearing on a personal level, mental level, because you want to be there for your team, but you also have to do what you have to do at the same time. And as far as the how I get through that is really the team is the only way I get through that, you know. So the team has been the only way that I've been able to even make it this far, and to, you know, deal with my life as well as deal with being there, and being able to produce this experience that we've produced.
So that's my very last question. So what's installed for you for 2021 that you would like to announce on the show?
Oh, what's in store for me? So I did start a business. I started a business called Mask Mints, like a mint, like you put in your mouth. So it's just something to help people have a better experience while wearing their mask. So it's a small 50 milliliter spray that will deodorize your mask with a couple of sprays, you know, and it comes in different scents like eucalyptus, cinnamon, wintergreen, spearmint, sweet orange. We have a website, maskmints.shop. You can also find Mask Mints Instagram and Facebook. That's with a Z at the end. So that's probably the biggest thing that I'm kind of working on for 2021, is starting that small business, which has already been started, and growing it. I also look forward to utilizing my time a lot better this year, and I really want to be able to, you know, give projects the time that they deserve, really. And that's really you know, that's my 2021 looking forward, you know.
Awesome. Well, can I just say thank you so much, Sage, for coming onto my show. It really means a lot.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts or anything that you would like to say to people on the show?
Everyone, get ready for some really cool stuff to come. So you know, stay tuned.
That a Power Ranger?
What are you?
I'm the Arbiter, the first Ranger, the will of the Morphing Grid.
Okay, Khaleesi.
Seriously? What?
What do you want?
Power Rangers of Earth 218. Your very existence threatens the balance of the multiverse and the Morphing Grid. You have all been deemed unworthy.